cytology cell, and they put a nucleus in here, right? So then the boundaries of the cell are provided to you by the plasma membrane, right? You're going to have a nucleus in there. Filling the cell, you're going to have this material in there, which is going to be like a gel, which is going to be called the cytoplasm. Inside there, you're going to have other cell structures such as cell organelles, which are going to be like the organs that we have in our body, but they're going to be actually inside the cell, and they're going to have different functions. So if we scroll down right here, we can see some of these cell organelles that we are talking about. So some of these organelles are going to be called ribosomes, where we produce proteins. Peroxisomes that are going to be used by the cell in order to neutralize toxic material that the cell may have, like free radicals. Mitochondria is going to be the cell organelle where we are going to produce ATP, necessary for the energy that the cell in our body is going to use. Endoplasmic reticulum is a set of tubes or channels that are going to transport proteins to the Golgi apparatus. Right? We said that ribosomes where we produce our proteins, then the endoplasmic reticulum is going to transport these proteins to the Golgi apparatus. The Golgi apparatus is going to use these proteins, and they're going to be modified by the Golgi apparatus after they're going to be packaged, and they're going to be released by the Golgi apparatus to the cell, so the cell can use it in the cell membrane, for example, or ship outside the cell, for example, in the case of hormones. Lysosomes are going to be other cell organelles that are going to help us to eliminate things that the cell no longer wants. For example, bacteria that are going to be phagocytized by these cells are going to be destroying the lysosomes. So then right here, we have some graphical representation of these cell organelles. So right here, we have some of them like this. You have them right here. This, as I mentioned before, the boundaries of the cell are going to be provided by the cell membrane. This one right here is the cell membrane right there. And if we scroll back up here, we can see that the cell membrane is going to be composed of organic compounds. Which ones are some of the organic compounds that we have? Then we're going to have lipids, carbohydrate, proteins, right? And these organic compounds are basically what we are going to eat. So do we have lipids? Yes. You can see in here, it says in here that we have phospholipids, for example, right? Phospholipids are going to be this head right here. That's going to be the phosphor. You see two tails in here. That's going to be the lipid. Okay, so then what other lipids we have? We're going to have, for example, right here in golden, they are showing you cholesterol. This one in golden right there, right? This one right here, golden right there. That's going to be cholesterol. And cholesterol is another lipid. Do we have carbohydrates? Yes, as you can see here, we have carbohydrate chains right here. Most of the time, the carbohydrates are going to be associated with proteins, for example. So therefore, these are going to be, these ones right there are going to be glycoproteins right there. Right, so then obviously that means that we have proteins. We have proteins such as these ones. Right? And those are going to be components of the cell membrane. So then let's keep moving then. So then we were saying, obviously, we have all these organelles in there, right? So then right here, you have the mitochondria, right, where we said that we're going to produce ATP, right, which is going to be the energy for the cell. So we scroll down. We have a couple of other organelles right here. Centrioles. Centrioles work only during the cell division, for example, during mitosis. So what is the job of the centrioles? It's going to make sure that half of the set of chromosomes will go to one cell, and the other half goes to the other cell. Now, what's the nucleus? Well, the nucleus is where the DNA is going to be located. What is the DNA? It's the genetic material that was given to you by your dad and by your mom. Everything that you are is in your genetic material, in your DNA, that is going to be found in your nucleus.